Welcome to another Operator How-To, and today we're going to be talking about Alibi. Alibi's pick rate has skyrocketed recently, and you, as a newer player, at least I think you're a newer player, is wondering if you should get Alibi or not, because saving up a lot of renown can take a lot of time. So I'm going to help you decide that in this video. First, let's talk about her main gadget, which are Prisma clones. They are obviously clones of Alibi that you can place on any floor, and they look exactly like Alibi with a few key differences. The first thing you will immediately notice about the clones is that their eyes are hollow, while with the actual Alibi you can see her eyes. The second thing to know is that her bulletproof vest is more dark. Another thing to know about the gadget is at the bottom of their feet they will have the base of the gadget. If an attacker destroys it, it will go away. For what the gadget actually does, if an attacker interacts with the gadget in any way, they will be pinged for about 5 seconds.
Bro.
How I like to play Alibi is I usually place the Prismas usually where a defender is, provided there's not an actual player there. And usually attackers will pre-fire if they know about that angle, so thus you will get an easy information. Information is king in Siege, and that's what Alibi strives to be, an information gathering operator that has the guns to back it up. That's not the only thing Alibi is good for. Another thing is she brings a lot of utility for her team. Meet the Bailiff secondary handgun. That's kind of like a shotgun. It's kind of a running joke on my channel that I don't know if it's a handgun or really a shotgun. The reason why this is so good is because mainly the shotgun player doesn't really have to rely on themselves to make all the head holes, rotates, feet holes, any hole you can mention, you can now help or do it on your own. And she also has a deployable shield, and just so you know, deployable shields are one of the best secondary gadgets in the game, period. They're basically mini mirrors, that is a mouthful to say, and they provide you cover and you can see through them, so maybe you can get a cheeky kill or two. Another great thing about Alibi is once she's done all of that, place down her gadgets, place down her deployable shield, make head holds, rotates, all of that, she is a great roamer. And the reason why is because she is a 3-speed, and 3-speeds are normally the ones that actually roam. And of course, I can't talk about her roaming without talking about her MX4 Storm. It has a 31 round mag and a fire rate of over 900 RPM, but the damage is a little bit lower, and unfortunately, as of the recent operation, she has lost a 1.5 scope. Now, even with those two downsides, she is an amazing roamer, put in the right hands, of course. Of course, as a roamer, you can't just go guns blazing. The main use of a roamer is to deny the attacker's time. Kills are a bonus, remember that. Now, I'm going to be showing you generally what you're going to be doing when you play Alibi. Alibi is not necessarily the run-and-gun operator that a lot of people portray her as. She actually has quite a lot of utility. For example, let's say if you do this, of course, make the rotate here into heaven. That's what you would kind of do with your Bailiff shotgun. There's also feet holes right here that you're going to want to make. Then you would do the bathroom rotate. Then you would want to make the main rotate if you haven't done that already, or if your smoke hasn't done any of this stuff already. Now, for sites like this, you would want to really destroy the stuff right here, like the actual bar area. And this is when impacts would actually be very good, because then you have the Bailiff shotgun in impacts. Then you could impact the default plant right here, and so on and so forth. You kind of get the idea with her Bailiff alone. Now, I really recommend bringing the shield, because then your smoke or anyone else doesn't have to bring one, and they could bring something else. Or if, let's say, smoke does have the shield, then you can bring impacts and do exactly what I said. And for Alibi, once she gets done with all of this, placing down her gadget, I'm just going to place down, like, some of her Prismas, kind of near default areas where there would be, like, maybe behind the bar, but that's not really advised. Or another common angle, like I said, this is only on Cafe, like behind this little shop right here. Then Alibi can actually start roaming. She can also be an anchor if you really need her to be, but Alibi really excels at being a roamer. Alibi is one of the few operators that can excel in every aspect: roaming, anchoring, fragging, and providing for their team. Overall, in this current meta, Alibi is one of the best defenders you can currently have, and there's almost no downsides to her at all. Maybe with her 1.5 gone, maybe people will finally start realizing how she's good in other aspects other than just fragging, but only time can tell. Or maybe you're just a casual player of Siege, which is totally fine. Maybe it doesn't really matter what Alibi provides for their team. You just want to run and gun, and that is totally fine. Don't let anyone tell you who you can and can't play. Not even me. I can't do that. So maybe you're a dad that just hops on every 3 hours to just wind down and relax. I think Alibi will also be a great choice for that as well. If you're one of the new players that are wondering if you should get Alibi or not, my honest to God answer is yes. You can't go wrong with Alibi in the current meta unless Ubisoft does something to change her, which they haven't really done anything so far other than just remove the 1.5. But other than that, she's a very good operator and I highly recommend her right now. Alright, I hope I helped you decide if you want to get Alibi or not. I am Critter Tony. If you like what I make, I have more operator guides that you can watch. Granted, I might go back and remake some of them because I don't really like them, or how the videos were made. But with all that being said, I hope you have a good day or night, and goodbye.